dim. This is going to be an extraordinary race. So for our fastest and final section, wearing hip number 1, this is going to be Charlotte Bell. She's already had 2 wins under her belt this weekend, anchoring her team to relay victories. Can she add another title? Nikki Sutherland will wear hip number 2, headed to Notre Dame in the fall. She's out of Muncie, Indiana. Brooke Strauss from Glastonbury High School in Connecticut. The junior will wear number 3. Wearing number 4 is Isabel Walsh of Middleton High School in Delaware. She's headed to Villanova. Talk about a powerhouse distance team. Catherine Bolke wears hip number 5 out of Connecticut. She's headed to Virginia Tech. Emma Zawatsky will wear hip number 6 out of Freehold Township in New Jersey. She's headed to Colorado in the fall. Set a 4:45 mile PR right here in Boston at the Terrier Classic earlier this year. Hannah Hollins joins us all the way from Ontario, Canada, headed to Boston College in the fall. Runs for the Durham Dragon athletics team. Jessica Zawinski wears hip number 9. She's from Michigan. She's run 2:11 in the 800 this season. Logan St. John Kletter of Mount Lebanon High School in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, headed to UNC. She has run 4:43 this season. She wears hip 10. Bethany Michalak of the Air Academy High School in Colorado will be another North Carolina joinee, NC State in the fall. And then Ellie Shea, this is a name we know well here at the New Balance National Championships from right here in Massachusetts. She's the defending 2-mile champion from last year, but she is going to be up against the fastest woman in the country this year. This is Sadie Engelhardt out of Ventura Secondary School in California. She has the national lead at 4:34.35. She won the New Balance Indoor Grand Prix right here in January. She's the defending champion in this event. And we'll have all kinds of things to say about her once we get underway here in this final and fastest section of the Championship Girls 1 mile. Well, we mentioned Sadie Engelhardt. She is absolutely the athlete to beat. You see her going right to the lead of that outside pack. And let's talk for a minute about this young woman's capabilities. She has outdoor PRs of 2:05 in the 800, 4:11 in the 1500, 4:35 in the mile, and 9:50 in the 2 mile. And if those weren't impressive enough, let me remind you that those were set 2 years ago when she was a mere freshman. So Engelhardt, still just a junior, if you can believe it, and running with the ability and poise of a pro.
Well, those are fantastic times. I'd like to see where these other kids have, these other athletes have committed to. I'd like to see where Sadie Engelhardt has got her focus on. And so many of these young athletes want to go to North Carolina State because they've won cross-country national championships. But there were some great distance schools in there: Villanova, Colorado.
Absolutely.
Notre Dame, yeah.
Those teams all very fortunate to have these athletes. Engelhardt will have another year of high school before she needs to decide where she's going. But in the meantime, she's going to be trying to stay with or ahead of the pace lights. They are set to 4:30. So just a reminder, the national record held by Mary Kane from back in 2013 is 4:28.25. Those pace lights set to 4:30, and Engelhardt is in front of them at the moment. Again, she holds the national lead at 4:34, and she knows what she needs to do to eclipse her own best, and she is running completely solo. I can imagine that the race is truly on for second at the moment as I see Charlotte Bell back there leading the chase pack. But this is the Sadie Engelhardt show. 1:42.53 through 609 meters. So that's a 34 opening lap followed by 2:33 second laps. So again, 4:30 is the time that she is looking for. She's just in the middle of those pace lights right now, and as she approaches halfway, she's going to have to continue her focus in this solo effort. 2:16 through halfway, so just a hair outside of that 4:30 tempo. As we said, Mary Kane with a 4:28.25 is the national high school best. Alexa Ephraimson, though, 4:32.15, and so should that 4:28 or 4:30 fall out of reach, we could see Engelhardt assert herself near the top of this all-time list. See that focus on her face? She looks so relaxed, Dan, despite, I'm sure, what is a very high effort.
Well, and she's got great ability to just turn over, continue all of her momentum down the track. You know, the one thing that I'd want to see is, as a college coach, is can she shift gears? You know, because she's right now in that fourth gear position. Boom, 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 boom. She has great turnover. She wins a lot of races that way. But in college, you need to have great speed. You need to have great closing speed, 200 meters down.
And that's a great point, and we're seeing that right now because that fifth lap was the slowest so far. That was 35 flat. So that's opening the door for Charlotte Bell to start making some moves. And Bell has a look of absolute determination on her face. She has Engelhardt in her sights, and she has nothing to lose here. She has a significant margin of advantage over the chase pack behind her. So she is gunning for the front as Engelhardt continues her pursuit of a second New Balance indoor national title here. But Bell closing strong, and Engelhardt's going to have to keep pressing. Another 35-second lap for her. And she's going to hear the bell with 4:02 on the clock. If she can close in 30 flat, she would get the second fastest mark in U.S. high school history. Bell charging hard too, but Engelhardt with 100 to go, glancing up at that screen. What can she take home in this last 100 meters? Sadie Engelhardt, we know that she's a 2:05.800 runner. She's got the gears, she's got the fireworks, and she's going to come away with one of the fastest times in U.S. high school history, 4:36.34 for the win. Once again, here at the New Balance National Indoors at the track. What a run by Charlotte Bell to take second in 4:43, and Logan St. John Clutter comes through in 4:45.17. But Sadie Engelhardt, as if it were ever in doubt, 4:36.36, and that makes her the fourth fastest high schooler in U.S. mile history.
Well, and you could really tell that she had the meet record in her sights this entire run. And, you know, we talk about shifting gears. She does it with turnover, and she's a little deceptive, you know. And usually you want to see somebody pick their knees up and sprint, but she does a great job. And this is what great distance runners do. They create separation. They go faster without you seeing them change their pace and go faster.
That's right, yeah, good point. It can be quite deceptive, but Engelhardt, I think, just maybe took a foot off the gas as she saw that the time she was aiming for was out of reach and the win was secured, but nonetheless goes home with another shiny victory. 4:36.36, a new meet record for Sadie Engelhardt. Again, that belonged to Juliet Whitaker, who we just mentioned went on to set a meet record and win the NCAA 800-meter championship yesterday. So if that's a pattern that can be repeated, this young woman is in store for great things in the future.
And she's from California, and Juliet Whitaker is at Stanford. It's like, okay, you know, I see a pattern there maybe.
The story begins writing itself at some point.